to unscrew it just to the point where it's going to flop over. And that's when it's level.
Right. So, welcome back to the SBG New Braunfels podcast. I'm here today with Maggie Eubank of Pure Pastures. Just to talk a little bit about what I do before we get to Maggie. I run SBG New Braunfels Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu School here. We teach adults, we teach kids. We also have Muay Thai, kickboxing, as well as the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu here. And if you're interested in that, you can just follow to our website through the YouTube channel and everything. But today we're going to talk to Maggie about Pure Pastures. Tell me, I'll turn the floor over to you, Maggie. Tell me what Pure Pastures is. I obviously know, we've known each other for some time, but for those who don't know what's awesome about Pure Pastures, let me know and let everybody else know.
So, Pure Pastures is a ranch out in Canyon Lake. It's run by Jeremiah, my husband and I, you know very well. We are a regeneratively focused ranch. So our whole goal is to restore the native grasslands that once dominated the hill country before the Germans came in and started overgrazing everything unknowingly. Best of intentions. And the best way that we find to do that is with animal impact. So we use cattle, sheep, and pigs to help us rework the soil. And then the byproduct of that is very tasty meat.
This is also true. All right. So I've been eating Pure Pastures meat for, I guess it's probably 4 years now.
Yeah.
I think I eat it pretty, like, not exclusively, because there's just lots of meat you're going to get from various things or whatever, but I'll speak very briefly to my own experience with that. Back when, what are the various terms people are using for it, but back in, I think it was 2021, there was that freeze over.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the Snowmageddon.
The Snowmageddon. So yes. One of the interesting effects of Snowmageddon is, for about a decade, I had serious like gut issues. I don't exactly would say I had like an autoimmune disease or something, but like I had pretty consistent challenges retaining things. Let's put it mildly for a film. But in that time period, I just couldn't get to HEB. It was closed or whatever. And I remember all I ate was your ground beef for like several days. And my gut issues like miraculously just like disappeared in that time. And that was a big turning point for me. Actually, it was like actually taking the type of meat that I eat a little more seriously and like thinking about that a lot more. And I reached out to Rob Wolf, my friend. He's big in the paleo diet scene. He's a bit of a guru there and keto and things like that. And I asked Rob what he thought that was. And what he said was he feels that it's more or less that a lot of the conventional meat you buy probably just has things that are bothering your gut more so than anything else. And so from that point on, though, I've kept my meat consumption very clean. It's at least like 90% probably what you sell me, and then there's obviously going out to eat and things like that does tend to screw me up. So like I don't do that well very often. I'm a little leery of like eating out 3-4 times a week or something. If it comes to it, I'm like, my gut will just start to not be as sturdy. But anyways, that's an aside. Tell me more about Pure Pastures and what kind of meat do you guys sell and like and all of that. Yeah.
So we produce grass-fed and finished beef and lamb, and then we produce pasture-raised, non-corner soy-fed pork. So as to what Rob said, you are what you eat, but you also are what you eat eats.
No.
So. Most cattle and sheep, anything that's any ruminant animal that you eat, beef and lamb, the majority of their life they are grass-fed. It's what happens in the last 60 to 90 days, that really matters. That really sets it apart. That's the grain-finished versus grass-finished thing. All of ours is grass-finished because our mission is to regrass the prairie, so it doesn't really feed that mission to give them grain.
Sure.
But because of that, they're eating a diet that is natural to them. They're living in an environment that is natural to them, and that all of that impacts the quality of the meat. And our pigs get a grain supplement because they're not ruminants. They're more like us. So you could grass finish pigs. It would probably take 6 or 7 years, and that's not very cost effective.
I see.
And if you let them graze for 6 or 7 years, they do what wild pigs do, which is why pigs are a problem.
Yeah, right.
But we can feed them a grain diet that isn't just a corn or soy diet. We do peanuts and barley instead.
Okay.
And there's a lot of other like different minerals that we feed them kelp meal to get their minerals. And you can tell a difference in the pork, especially in the composition of the fat. So grocery store, like pork chops, the fat just kind of leaches away. You know, it renders out a lot. I call ours a sticky fat. It's a crisper fat, like more like a beef fat. So it's more satiating. It holds on to flavor better. Fat is flavor. So all of our sausages and stuff, that's why they have a lot more flavor, because the fat stays with it.
I agree.
But yeah, it's just meat in a more natural way.
Speaking to your pork very briefly there, I got from you that pork belly with the skin on top recently, and we cooked that up while my friend John was in town, and man, that was serious next level.
Yeah.
And if you like collecting bacon grease, if you cook Pure Pastures bacon and collect that grease, you will get like probably maybe double the grease you would get off of normal bacon. I like cooking with bacon grease. Some people aren't down for that. I get it, but it's a very stable fat to cook with and adds a lot of flavor to things. If you're kind of fat phobic, I can understand where eating the consumption of the food substance fat does not immediately lead to the body substance fat. But people have that little bit of misnomer there. So yeah, it's like fat free but high sugar would add weight to your body just as much as the other way around. But people have those misconceptions. But cool. But you guys have way more than just, you sell the beef and it's awesome. You sell the pork and it's awesome. But you guys have a pretty broad array of things.
We do.
Almost overwhelming for me at times. I get emails from me and I'm like, oh my God, what else is Maggie selling? It's all awesome.
Week.
It literally does.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah. So tell me more about all that.
So in 21, we did farmers markets almost exclusively we started in 2015. We started doing markets in 2017, and up until 2021, farmers markets were all that we did. We opened a store at the ranch in 21, and then it started out, I really just didn't want to give up my groceries that I was buying at the farmer's market. Sure. So we started selling them at the store. But they're all of our friends. Every product that we sell, we have a personal relationship with the people that produce it. So, and Canyon Lake, for as much money is out there, is basically a food desert.
Sure.
I mean, there's an HEB 30 minutes in any direction. But Canyon Lake itself, there's not a lot of options.
Sure.
So we're trying to be that option for good local food. We sell our beef, pork, and lamb. We also sell pasture-raised chicken and turkey. We sell grass-finished bison. We have.
I'm eager for that. Yeah.
It's very good, very good. We do raw cow's milk yogurts and cheeses, raw goat's milk yogurt and cheeses, kombucha, locally made pasta, sourdough bread. All kinds of things. Anything.
It's unreal. Yeah, it's unreal. Everything I get from you too is just amazing. So my wife is super into the yogurt.
Yeah. Yogurt. I'm
it's
pretty
the next
sure
level. That's next level.
Yeah, I think there might be heroin in it. But and for food businesses, for producers our size and all of our friends over at the farmers market, distribution is the hardest part.
Sure.
So anytime I can buy something from them and sell it, or they can buy something from me and sell it, it benefits everyone.
Right.
And when we're out of beef, we have other producers that we can pull from that are our friends that we can sell. They can fill in for us. So it's been really great. It's just a great community builder, and it's helping to build healthy community.
Right. Right. And it's been really interesting because kind of we started the jiu-jitsu school about right around the same time as Pure Pastures was kind of getting.
When we moved up
Easy
here,
Farms before that, and then you guys switched over. So it's been cool to watch. We've known each other now for like 4 years, and our businesses have grown like at the same time. And we used to be able to keep the freezer here for like a drop-off point, but it's a little tough. We're space constrained here, but you know, if you are an SBG member and stuff already, reach out to Maggie and she can hook you up because we still have those kinds of things running. I get like a meat box every month, so I like it because it cuts down on my total shopping and stuff like that. There's obviously some other things you're gonna probably want from a supermarket here and there, but honestly, maybe less so nowadays. I don't know. I think Maggie covers a lot. But like, yeah, it's, you know, if you just, it's very nice to have like, if you're coming to do your jiu-jitsu and you just pick up a box, you know, it makes things a lot easier. I don't enjoy grocery shopping all that much or whatever. How do we check out Pure Pastures and everything?
So we have a website. It's www.purepasturestx.com. And that is also our Instagram and Facebook handles, Pure Pastures TX. And yeah, you can hit us up there. You can come out to the store in Canyon Lake. We're open Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays right now. We'll probably be opening Tuesday evenings in April.
I see.
Coming soon. But yeah, that's it. Basically any way you correspond with the ranch, it's me. So.
Right. I'm talking to Maggie.
So you're talking to me most of the time. But yeah, no, we would love to have you. We really appreciate everybody at SBG. It's been great. It's part of the cult. We've started a cult in SBG.
It's like
it's a meat cult.
We got SBG, Willow House, and Pure Pastures.
The three-legged stool.
There's a lot of like carryover between there. I'll have to get Willow House on. I'm planning to get them on for this too, so might even record that today. I don't know. We'll see. But thank you, Maggie, and
thank you.
we'll close her out here.